What's up, everybody? Welcome to Beach Office 365, where I bring you the latest and greatest in crypto, DeFi, and passive income. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing. We are so close to 3,000 subscribers. Promise, if you hit subscribe, I'm not going to email you. I'm not going to bother you. It's just a quick click. YouTube won't bother you. It just really helps me and the channel so I can continue to make content. And if you're getting anything from the content, hit that like button. And of course, leave a comment down below. All right, so as the thumbnail says, we're going to be taking a look at Furio as well as Stake Protocol. There's definitely a lot of similarities between these protocols. I am in both of them. Like so much of this market, we are seeing a lot of downside in both. I'm going to let you know my thoughts on both of these protocols, as both of them had really strong launches and initial run-ups. Let's take a look here. All right, so here's the Furio chart. We all had this great euphoric several days. I think it was like a week-long pump. It got all the way up to 20, and now we've just been seeing a lot of selling, people taking profits. But if we just quickly pull back a little bit here, I mean, this is the entire chart, and as you can see, this doesn't look that bad when you really kind of zoom back a little bit, right? With this particular project, there was a whitelist sale, there were pre-sales, both of which sold out very quickly. So there were a lot of people, right, that even after launch that were just compounding during this time, and we were just seeing this really great consolidation that lasted a good month. Because remember that after the first, I think it's 28 days, if you haven't been claiming and selling and just compounding, your daily ROI can go to 2.5%. Okay, so when you start, you're at 2%. After the 28 days, it gets bumped up depending on what your behavior is, right? And so as we saw this enormous amount of volume come in and people buying into this protocol, once we hit 20, a lot of the people that were here, they were taking profits, right? Just like I would. If I had gotten in early, I would absolutely be taking profits right here, especially if it had been a month since I had been in. Right, because the official launch was I think it was June 14th, and if you look at July, and then here's July 14th, right? So a lot of those early people were making the 2.5%, letting that build, and then we started coming in, right? And you get up into here, it's time to take profits. You're not gonna make money in DeFi if you don't know how to take profits, and I will be the first to admit I struggle with that sometimes. You get me in something that has compound interest, it's difficult for me to let go and start taking profits. So if you've been in that boat, like, I can relate to that. When you're getting compound interest, which is the greatest thing on the planet, it's hard to take profits. Like, it is. You feel like you're missing out on something. So I get it. I can relate to that. But as I'm looking at this chart, I got in right here. Okay, I did my first buy, got in here, and then I bought again here. So I'm still in profit. I'm still looking good. And what I can say about this chart, if you look at this here, for one, I mean, you see this massive volume surge, right? And then the selling began, and we have been just watching this go down. The sale volume is starting to go down as well. And so you can even see that this is starting to look like it's going to flatten out a little bit. If I had to take a guess, I do believe that there is money on the sidelines from people that are already in, that are waiting for this to drop down into single digits. Okay, so I think this is going to come down a little bit further, and I think that there's going to be people, you're going to start seeing some buying as we get closer to $10. Certainly once we break into the $9 and $8 range, could go as low as $7. I think that based on the hype of this project, based on the upcoming casino that is going to be launched, that there is still a lot of interest in this project, and people are going to want to add to their position, and new people are going to want to start coming in. So I'm not sure how low we will go before we start seeing a reversal again. And I should clarify, because I always forget to do this, I am not a financial advisor. Okay, you have to do your own research. Don't take anything I say as financial advice. I'm just sharing my journey through this crazy world of DeFi. That said, what I can tell you is that Furio and the team, if they can deliver the casino, and I think they're going to deliver it, but if they can do it the time that they say they're going to do it, I don't think this is just going to keep going down. The use case from the casino and the added liquidity are going to help tremendously, and that's what I look for with DeFi projects. Is there going to be use case, like real use case, and what is the liquidity like? You know, you guys have heard me say this on earlier videos. I think hands down, Furio has the best UI I've seen in all of DeFi. I mean, this thing just looks absolutely gorgeous, right? We come over to the vault. All right, so look, so I have, as you can see, I have 179, right? This has been building, right? Because I've just been doing nothing but compounding. You know, I think I started, with like 60 or 70 Furio, and I got some rewards from team members, and I think around like 20, and I've gotten some rewards from referrals, right? But the rest has just been compounding, right? So I mean, you can see that that's a good amount that I've built up here, because this is I'm getting 2%. I know most of you are in drip, and we're used to that 1% a day, which is amazing, right? But it's amazing what an additional percent does. I mean, it really, you notice a difference pretty early on how much faster you can build up your vault balance. Okay, and speaking of team, I have 15 right now, and I'm gonna be doing airdrops. Thank you guys that are on my team for being patient with me. I will be doing airdrops. What I've been wanting to do is just buy a bunch of Furio tokens to give airdrops from, because I don't want to claim any of mine. I really just want to be compounding during this first 28 days. And the reason I haven't bought any is because I do think we are going to see, you know, a single digit, right? And so I'm going to start accumulating a little bit so that I can start giving out and airdropping to you guys. A lot of my money, as many of you know, I'm big into drip and the animal farm, and a lot of money a lot of loose cash that I have I've just been dumping into that. So thank you for being patient with me. If you're looking to get into Furio, I would wait a little bit to see where this price goes. I think we will see some single digits. If you do decide to pull the trigger, obviously my link is down below. You do need to have a referral code, so I leave that in my description. Love to have you on my team. Very easy platform to navigate, right? So you're able to buy Furio off of right off of here. It's super simple. They did a great job on the front end. Current price, you need USDC, but you are going to be on the Binance Smart Chain. So you need to get some USDC in your MetaMask in the Binance network. And then you can swap it right here. And then you can swap it right here. Super simple. You don't have to worry about slippage or anything like that. You definitely want to click this when you put it in, because this will automatically deposit it into the vault for you. And again, you can be earning up to 2.5% daily, right? And reminder that this does keep track of players' behavior, right? So the 2.5% can drop all the way down to 0.5% based on what you're doing. If you're doing nothing but just claiming and selling, you're not going to be making that 2.5%. So if we come over to stake protocol, again, another protocol that has mechanics in there to monitor behavior on what you're doing, right? So this has something, it's a little different. It's called a nerd indicator score, right? You start off at 100%, and every action that you do affects this, right? And if you're doing nothing but claiming and selling, this is going to drop, and you will start losing out on not only the amount that you can ROI per day, but you will also it will also start affecting your gross faucet value, right? This number can actually start going down, and the amount that you can claim will start going down. So this one, you can make up to 3% per day. So taking a look at the chart, you know, the last video I did, it was like somewhere around in here. I was covering it thinking, you know, we had really found a bottom here. We started moving up. We had this nice pump here, and I was feeling really good. It was a little bit frustrating to see this go down, but that's part of the game. And maybe we've found a new bottom at this, you know, this 195 range. Again, if we zoom out on this one, so this one I got in a lot earlier than I did with Furio, right? So this one I got in right when it was coming out. And you start off with this one making 3%. And let me tell you something. I grew my bag so fast, it was ridiculous, right? So I got in like somewhere around in here and just compounded. We start pumping and I started taking profits, right? I took profits all through here. Even as we went down, I think our ROI somewhere like around here. Okay, I've taken some profits in this area, and I even took some profits down here a little bit, even though I didn't want to do it. Again, I really wanted to have some money for the animal farm, so I've been buying a lot of pigs and some drip. But again, I started this when I got into this. My deposits, right? So this is like the faucet, right? My deposits were, I think, 350, something like that. So you could see, I mean, this thing, like I said, we're used to the 1% with drip. You come over to Furio, you can get 2 to 2.5%. You come over to this thing, you're getting 3%, right? It's amazing. Just even a half a percentage, the difference that makes when it's compounded. It is crazy. Now, this protocol also, in terms of use case, they have a lottery that they're going to be launching soon. And I'm going to do a whole video about the lottery, but that is again going to build, you know, use case and liquidity, the two things that are extremely important, the two most important things in DeFi projects, right? They have a great Telegram, lots of support in there. And, you know, I've seen the developers and the marketing team, like they get on there and they do voice chats. And they're not doing like these huge, you know, announcement updates to the community. They're just jumping on, super casual. And I've heard, I think it was Sifu, you know, when we were going down, right? I remember all through here, right? When we were going down, I remember him getting on the voice chat and he was saying like, you know, he was happy that people are making money during a bear market, that the protocol is able to pay 3% per day, you know? So like my buddy Cryptoholic says, there's no profit shaming that goes on in this platform, right? And when I heard the developer saying like that they're glad they're able to do this, it was genuine. Like it wasn't like they were addressing, you know, some huge AMA where they were just trying to sound good. Like it was a relatively small little casual voice chat where he was talking about it. I thought that was like super cool. So we will see what happens here. I think, you know, I mean, right here, I said like I thought this was an amazing entry point. Right? And then I was looking like I was the man because this was starting to go up. But as we've seen, we've started to come down here. Is this people snagging some profits like how I did around in here to put money into the animal farm, as there's now a lot of excitement and hype around Drip Network? Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why we saw this. As you can see, we are seeing a little bit of some buys coming in, which is good. And my hope is that this area, you know, just below and above the $2 range is, you know, our floor. If you're not in stake protocol, considering that there is an upcoming lottery that's going to be coming out that they have been working on for quite a bit, and you're earning 3% a day, you get in at this, even if the price comes way down to here, right? As long as this thing is staying above zero, you know, you are going to build up your bag super fast and you will be profitable. I mean, we're talking a $2 difference from here to zeros, $2, you know? So this thing could drop 100% down to $1. All right. And if you've gotten in this area and you're compounding that 3% every day, you're going to build up a huge bag, right? And you will be able to start claiming and selling. And even though there's been 100% difference in price, you still have an opportunity to ROI relatively quickly. So keep that in mind. You know, I don't really have like a super strong opinion on which protocol I think is better. There's a lot of similarities between the two of them. You could even say that they're competitors of one another. And we're still so early to this space of DeFi. I mean, it is ridiculous. I'm not talking about crypto. I think we're early to crypto, right? But in terms of DeFi, right, and some of these protocols that we're in, and the stuff that we're doing, and how much learning has happened over the last 4 to 5 months. I mean, now a DeFi project comes out, it's talking about use case right away. You know, before, you know, just relying on the Ponzi-nomics for long periods of time, and they're like, yeah, the roadmap has use case, it will be out and such, you know. I mean, Furio just recently launched, and already they're talking about the launch of the casino, which should be happening some point before year end. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you are in either one of these protocols. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave a comment down below. I'm very active in my comments, so I love to answer questions, and I will catch you guys on the next one.